competition's going to be like this spring? After 5 or 6 you guys started games last year, so what's that going to be like, do you think, for you?
I think the competition's going to be the same. I mean, nobody during the season started working harder and doing anything different than what they did before. But so it'll be the same, but it's just a lot more people have experience now, and it's just kind of more fun because we can all relate to each other more. And I think it actually made us closer as a room. Just because we've all been there and we've all had to, work just as hard during the weeks on the game plan and studying film. So we've been able to help each other out more.
Nobody wants to ever be hurt, but with that experience that Chris got, Luke and Marcus, do you think it's going to help them to understand that if somebody goes down for a short time this next season, they're going to be more ready than they would have been?
Oh yeah, I mean, because obviously they've had the experience now. They know, what they're getting themselves into, and what goes into preparing during a week to get a play on Saturday. But that's throughout our whole group. It's just a whole nother year of everybody getting time. So it'll really help us in the long run, I think.
Yeah, mentally and physically, how do you get yourself ready to play a full year? I know last year you slowed with the growing injury and some other things. What do you do now to get yourself prepared for this year?
I think just taking care of your body. I know a lot of the guys, we started getting more into the nutrition side of things and getting, focusing more on eating right and, cut out the Krispy Kreme and all that kind of stuff. And definitely just taking more care of your body stretch-wise. We're doing a lot of yoga, going into the actual studio instead of bringing them here so we can get the full benefit of it. But just as far as total body health, I think it's going to help be a big factor in next season and injuries.
Who drives the car to the yoga studio?
Rotation. Gotta save gas.
Why is it better there than on site here?
Because there's more guys here, and they kind of got to, more. I don't want to say babysit, but they got to take care of each. And there's 150 of us, and when you go there, it's hot. It's hot. They turn up the heat to like 95 in the humidity, so you get a good sweat going. So it's a good deal, and a lot of us have kind of taken a liking to it.
What specifically do you want to see different from this defense this year compared to last? Are there any traits you want to see out of this defense that maybe there weren't a season ago?
Maybe if I had to pick one, I'd say more consistency on the off season in the film that we watched, and kind of what the coaches have said is you put together a clip of 3 plays that's all the same offensive play and the same call for us, and then 2 of them, stop in the backfield or good coverage, and then the next one's a 60-yard play. So just consistency, in what we do and understanding the base defense more.
What is it about Coach Bray that you guys were able to excel so much last year?
I think just his energy and that he's young, It's real easy to talk to him, and it's real easy to go up and ask questions. And, he's been there and done that. So if something happens, he's been in that situation, however long ago, he actually played it. And so he actually did it. And it's just easier to take advice and take direction from somebody who's been in the position that you're in.
I know he's not your position coach, but Coach Perrell is back. He's an ex-Husker. What has that been like, having him around the office?
Since meetings and stuff haven't been going on too much yet. We haven't been up around him too much, but from the little that I've talked to him, he seems like he's going to be an intense guy to get everybody going. But at the same time, like Coach Bray, they'll be able to relate to him because he's been there and done that, and he's played in the league, and he comes from here, he knows what it's about here, and he'll be able to kind of instill that in everybody, not just the D-line.
Josh, knowing that you've been through this spring practice thing before, so what you do, it may not be as important as how you do it, maybe setting the example, because the games aren't for 6 months away, but what do you get out of spring practice, and how can you make this a teachable moment for some younger kids?
This is just a time to kind of evaluate. I think for the coaches, see where everybody's at. For the older guys, it's definitely a time to go back and refine your basics. Go back to just your regular base as you can get defense, and go down to the basics of your footwork and your pass drops and everything, and just kind of refine it to get it much better, so you can continue that on through the summer and through the fall. And definitely for the young guys, this is their first. The freshmen who came in last year, this is their first real ball. To get to go out there and run our defense and show everybody, kind of what they can bring to the table, and show off a little bit.
How do you think Muhammad Berry much of anything last year because of injuries. How do you think he's going to fit in? How do you think he's going to do?
I think he's going to do awesome. I mean, if you look at the kid, he's a real good-sized kid, and running with him and working out with him in the off season, he's strong and he's fast, and he's been kind of the guy to text us on the weekends, text some of the older guys, and get in the film room, and he wants to learn, and he's trying to do all of that extra stuff. So I'm really excited to see if he can actually put that on the field and translate all the work that he's done in the off season. So it's going to be exciting.
How about Tyler Ferguson?
Kind of the same deal. I know he's probably a little disappointed he didn't see any linebacker snaps, but he made a big impact on special teams, and he kind of showed the coaches that he's going to work hard, and he stayed the course throughout the whole season, and kept competing in the meetings and kept learning and asking the older guys for advice and things like that. So this will be a good time for him. He's got a year under his belt. He's a lot bigger than he was when he came in, a lot bigger, stronger, faster. So these young guys in the last class have really improved in the offseason, and it's going to be really exciting what they can bring to the table.
You didn't want to go 6 and 7 last year, but did you learn something about guys going through some of those low points and going through that year?
I think so. I don't know if we learned anything new. I mean, I think we all knew that we were a pretty resilient team. Going through, the coaching change obviously was kind of a new experience, and then going 6 and 7 was a new experience. But we just kind of reaffirmed that we're going to stay the course no matter what, and believe in the process. And eventually, like it did towards the end of the season, it kind of picked up, and we kind of found our ground. So I guess we just learned that we're pretty resilient. We got some good guys and good leaders on this team.
I don't know if normal's the word, but does it feel more like a normal season now? It's the second year of these guys.
Yeah, I mean, it was real comfortable off the get-go. All these coaches and the new staff, they're really easy to talk to and get along with. But definitely now, after a whole year and a whole season, all these experiences and stories we got now, I guess it would be a lot more comfortable around there, and it's nice not having to start from step A, and now we can start from like S or whatever and just pick it up where we left off.
What did Dedrick show you last year, just stepping in as a true freshman and playing more snaps than anybody because he stayed healthy?
I mean, just kind of his demeanor. It's always been calm. He never gets flustered. He's never, you got to force the kid to smile. He's always just smooth all the way through, and he's he's really mature for being a freshman coming in and playing all those games. But he handled it really well, and he should be one of the leaders on the team, no matter how young he is.
What have you seen from the linemen and how they're trying to fill those holes that are left?
I mean, the linemen, they're one of the groups that does the most as far as extra things after running and weights and stuff. They're the ones going back out on the field and doing lineman drills that Coach Cav's given them. So they're I think Cav's really got them kind of into this mindset that they need to be the the main core of the team, or at least the offense for sure. But I mean, they really got their head on straight, and I think any one of them could really pick it up because they put the work in for it.
And how about the defensive line, the D line?
I mean, they've obviously gone through 3 coaches since I've been here, so they're they've really showed that they can stick together as a group, and they're doing drills too, and sticking together, and I think they're going to be a pretty good group. I know we lost a couple real good guys, but I don't see much of a drop off, if any, and maybe an improvement coming this year, because the guys have really shown that they're working hard and getting in the film study a lot. Thanks, guys.